full Wi-Fi.
I know. TikTok's going great. Look at that.
I know. TikTok's doing great. Instagram's doing okay. Guess what? YouTube is doing amazing. Everybody, welcome to the show. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome to the Trade Talks Live. Welcome to the last daily version of the Trade Talks Live. I'm going to say that right from the get-go.
Yeah.
That way y'all know. We are shifting schedules starting. We're not going to start next week, are we? Starting January the 14th. We are going to be going live one day a week, Wednesday afternoon, 3 to 4:30. Central Standard Time. And look, we looked at YouTube and it said, look, we got a lot more people watching than we do now. So we're going to change it. Just want to let y'all know that from the get-go. We'll still be doing it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X. We're going to be doing it everywhere. Guys, we do this each and every day because it's something I learned a long time ago. The more you learn, the more you earn. And if you'll study your niche, your business, your industry, or your profession every day for 30 minutes to an hour, you can move up to be in the top 5% of your industry. Now, sounds like a pretty good deal to me. And I started realizing, look, the more I learn, the more money I'm making. I'm moving up. I'm doing better. So we decided that we'd help put this together for y'all. That way you can just watch this and say, man, I'm learning, getting a 30,000 foot view of a whole lot of stuff. It's going to make you more aware. And then if there's anything you want to go deeper on, you can. Now, it's not just me.
That's it. Good morning, everybody. I am Henry Wakefield, aka Squirt, as you see down on the screen. 20-year pipe fitter by trade, and happy Thirsty Thursday, man.
Man, it is.
Last daily.
Wait. This is Friday.
Ish.
I'm just kind of gonna tell you.
For our whole office, it is Friday.
We did something different.
For us, probably not.
Yeah, it's not me. I'll be here first thing in the morning.
I'll be working, but it's a good thing because I'll get to do some focusing on those days, which will be kind of nice.
You like to focus.
We do. There's a lot of projects we've got going, a lot of things we've got, a lot of moving parts around here. We're trying to help transition some things right directions.
Oh, no, we're not trying. Great. We're doing it.
That's it. It's happening.
Yeah.
But one of the things we do that I get to focus on, we'd like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where I get to build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And when I'm talking about the system, guys, I'm talking about the complete kit. It's what we call the business in a box around here. It's got that probe T-handle style, super durable for probing in and out of the ground. That's for those yard service lines, that meter to the home, irrigation lines, anything out there in the yard. If there's concrete or asphalt above it, or that home's on slab, you're going to want the sidekick that comes in that kit. It eliminates the layer of concrete so you can listen to the leak right underneath it. Check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. If you need help in training, give me a call at 8888 LeakPro because I offer a 2-day training, and let's have a conversation about it.
And guys, if you'd like to learn how to do YouTube, I started doing YouTube almost 8 years ago. I made a free webinar to help you get started. Go check it out at justmattroger.com. And if you've already got a company and you're like, man, I want one of those best practice groups, but I don't like the way they're power selling me and trying to force me into this, signing a contract and doing all this, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. It's a business operating system with coaches, mentors, trainers, and accountability groups. Go check it out at residentialserviceprofessionals.com. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into the national news.
Yeah. Let's kick it up for the wake-up call. Straight from OSHA, guys.
Yeah. Everything comes straight from OSHA.
They came out swinging. Holiday pause. It's over, guys. And inspections are back on. If you're a mechanical contractor,
they're coming
listen
for
up.
you, baby.
Specifically, HVAC and mechanical room crews are getting hammered harder than anybody else.
Okay, Randy, why do they start hammering certain things?
Well, they start to see different things. And one of the ones that they're doing right now is stacking materials next to live equipment. Roof transitions are going on. We're doing some upgrades, getting ready for what's coming. They stack all their materials next to that rooftop unit, and it blocks the intakes. It screws things up.
It causes problems.
That's why.
Or people get hurt, whatever it is. OSHA doesn't just say, gee, today we're going to pick on handrails. it's like, wait, we've had 5 deaths with handrails in the last 2 months. Let's start looking at
That's it. So we want to check this every site. Why? Because we've seen a lot of it. And we're talking about a 32% spike in citations in just the last few days. The pattern's the same across the country, guys. Poor lockout, tag out, bad confined space entries, and mechanical rooms where the temporary ventilation was either missing or never even planned for. There was an OSHA report that mentioned a rooftop crew where 2 apprentices were left alone commissioning a 30-ton rooftop unit.
2 apprentices.
2 apprentices. No supervision, no documentation, no site lead whatsoever. That's the stuff that they were targeting aggressively right now. Quit treating the job sites like they're shady, guys. You cannot leave 2 apprentices and then leave and go do some other job.
I've seen superintendents do that to you.
I've had superintendents do that to me, and I drug up. And the union was, "Oh, you're going to sit 30 days." Yeah, 2 days later, after enough journeymen went by there, and they go, "No, he ain't sitting."
Yeah, if he
was
says,
in
you're
the
going to piss
right.
off a whole lot of people.
Period.
I believe your daddy
right,
called
you
down
gotta
there
be
too.
right.
Because
I'm sure.
What's this got to do with you? I said, well,
Yeah.
I'm a union member.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of people because I walked that whole job. But inspectors on this, they're also calling out the difference between the paperwork that your safety manager prints and what the crew is actually doing on the site. Okay. JHAs that don't reflect the real conditions and the space that you're working in, that's just generated crap.
Yep.
Okay. They are writing those citations instantly.
You know, I used to make sure that when I wrote my JHAs for like Texas Instruments, not just up top where it says where you located and where you're working, in the body of the deal, next to column so-and-so is where this goes. Make sure we're staging our gang boxes over here. And they're like, Roger, why do you go in such detail? It's like, I want y'all to know I don't just find one for something we've done before, change the columns and hit reprint.
That's it. And there are those generics, and I don't get me wrong, I love some generics to help save time if it's always going to be done.
If you're installing a bathroom pod
that's
100 times on 20 different floors, chances are you're pretty good.
You know what I like to do though? Leave a couple of those boxes blank that they actually have to go in and fill out. I know it's the same, duh, of course it is. Go look at it. But I need you to fill it out so that we'll know. In the winter, hitting early, everything's getting compounded, guys. Icy access ladders, rooftop winds, fogged up safety glasses. I fought it all the time. The dark mornings.
I remember the first time I was in Austin at Schlumberger. I walk in, I grab my big scaffold, and I'm rolling around. And this is like, I knew where we were moving to. It was dark in there. They'll get the lights on in a minute. And I roll this scaffold back over into the corner. And I mean, I can see enough to see that, okay, there's the wall. I'm not going to run over anything. They turn the lights on. I look down. There's about 5 million granddaddy long legs. And I'm right in the middle of all of them. I knew that would get you. Because companies aren't updating the safety plans just to reflect the weather changes. Okay. But weather change is something you've got to document in there. Yeah. I remember doing storm drains, roof drains, overhead on what building was that? It's still there. It's on the corner of Legacy and the North Dallas Toll Road. And I'm in there working and it's snowing, blowing straight across the floor. Now, we did have a morning meeting. Say, hey guys, look, those of y'all up there, you got to be careful. Yep. But it wasn't in our safety deal for the floor. Oh, yep. So I made sure when I got up there, just made note, hey, be careful of slips, trips, and falls, guys, and called everybody again and said, guys, look, it's tough.
Yeah. But another thing that nobody's really talking about, guys, insurance carriers are watching this wave.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All your EMR adjustments for 2026 could sting if your company ends up on that citation list, because this is the end of the year. This is when you really do not want citations. It will be a setback.
Yeah, because here's the thing. It's going to cost you work next year. You can say, yeah, that citation cost us $5,000, $10,000.
So hard at being perfect.
Yeah. Then your point goes from 0.75 to a 1.3. Randy, how many jobs do 1.3s get?
70%.
Okay.
There's the 30% they can't even submit a bid on.
Yeah. But out of that 70% they can get, they're still looking, wait, we got people in here with a 0.75 or a 1.
That's it.
Yeah.
We'd rather take them.
Yeah. All right. We're going to move into website review. And let's talk about a website that every apprentice, every foreman should have bookmarked. MEPacademy.com. Now, this isn't just theoretical engineering stuff. This is practical instruction for people who actually work in mechanical rooms, ceiling spaces, in risers, and in tight hallways. Now, what I love about this, that they explain why coordination fails. Not just here's what to draw. They show real ceilings where ductwork, pipe, and conduit all are fighting for the same 8 inches of vertical space. They break it down so apprentices really get it. And they got really good BIM content too. Squirt, MEP Academy.
Dude, I kind of like this one. It's very thorough in the things they do. And I think I've pulled this up before. It's been a while. We did HVAC piping. We're going to go plumbing this time. I'll show you some different direction.
I didn't think you liked plumbers.
Shh, don't tell them all that. I love plumbers.
I just don't like the one I'm standing next to. That's the one I got to deal with all the time.
I mean, don't
but,
tell
but,
him
but
that,
I love this. First thing I see, are you drinking plastic? This is PFAS.
Plastic?
This is what we talk about. Guys, if you're not doing whole house water filtration for people, you should be doing it. Every house you walk in should be like, look, we got problems here.
That's it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Boiler vent categories, excavation and backfill, estimating. Now, this is what I thought was really cool, guys, because I'm
I know why you came here.
Yeah,
it's
something
all
different
about
for
estimating.
you estimators out there, because guess what? The only way to get a job is to estimate and bid that job. So I know there's a lot of you that are doing some excavation and backfill. Luckily, I grew up in a family full of plumbers, so I knew plenty about digging. So I was able to actually do excavations pretty well when it came to estimating. But I love that this is a great resource that you can go in and dive into it. Soil classification type, that's going to affect the labor and how you dig and how much dirt you actually pull out or don't. It affects your estimates, but I love to see that they jump into this. You're sloping, you're benching. This affects because you start to dig deeper, further. You've got to allocate for that accordingly. Because if it starts at 4 feet, but it ends at 12, you don't want to put the whole ditch at 12 feet deep. You're going to blow your estimate out. It's just showing,
you're going to be digging twice as much dirt as you needed to.
That's it. This is going to show some of those things where you take those estimates, you break them down to different sections so you can do different trenches. Call before digging,
safety,
the most important part of it all. And I love that they call that out first here. That's something that kind of showed me, and I thought it was really neat to find the estimating, because I didn't really find a whole lot of estimating guides that help lead you actually down the right path and the right way to do it. Because I was reading one the other day and I was like, man, this is actually very thorough at stuff. You've got electrical, you've got controls, plumbing, HVAC, sheet metal, and air purifiers. So if you're HVAC tech, anything like that, ME and the P, it's all here at MEPacademy.com. And it's very thorough, very visual too. They get a lot of good schematics and drawings that are all color coded by systems and things. So it's easy for everybody to follow. A good resource for some good learning. That's why I wanted to show that one off again today, guys, because it's been a while and it's a good one to go out on. And
no, it is. Yeah. And anytime you can get in there, and I'm sitting here looking at excavation and backfill because we want to dig a pond. We want to do cool stuff. And I'm like, you know what? We really need to get in here and look at this. Maybe we can do a lot of this stuff ourselves. All right, we're going to roll into business growth. And let's talk about a market that almost nobody is capitalizing on, commercial, small projects, the under $50,000 range. Imagine, I mean, if you're a residential service plumber, $50,000 would be a good sized job.
This is how they can start getting into commercial. We've talked about it a lot, but I've never really told y'all the right way.
No, but the good thing is that these jobs are the sweet spot where the big contractors, they don't want them. They don't have time. They're like, wait, I could take guys off this job to come do this, but then what if we get behind? It ain't worth it.
At our company, we knew this was our window where we made the most money. Anything less,
we can't make it up.
If we were doing it for the customer, sure, we'll do it.
And we did that.
But
we did a lot of jobs just for customers.
It was just for the customer. It's not the jobs we were really chasing.
But here's what's good about those jobs too. And I know some superintendents that worked at that company. They started them on the small projects like this.
Yep.
It's like, hey, can they run a $50,000 job? That's right. Before I put them on a $5 million job.
Yep. How smooth is that one?
I remember being told one day, look, you're one of like 4 or 5 superintendents I've got here that can do $20 million jobs and bigger. You get a guy that's only been doing $50,000 jobs and you throw him on a $20 million job, he's gone. He's already lost.
And another really good thing about jobs this size, the margins can be some of the best in the
Mhm.
because it's that spot that the big guys, they don't want to deal with it at all. The smaller guys, they can have a good margin on this and actually make money on the job and not over.
So what kind of
Bid it.
jobs are we talking about in the, say, $50,000 range, maybe even under $50,000 range?
Easy. Like, so let's just say, because I'm a mechanical guy. Rooftop
Do
swaps.
I hear that all the time?
Okay. Rooftop swap. Boom. How about just some small tenant improvements?
And that can involve plumbing, electrical, HVAC. It can involve
That's
all of it. So if you're an MEP contractor, this is a sweet, really sweet spot.
That's it. There's a little retail space down there. It's a strip. Guess what? Nobody's moved in yet. Tenants are going to want some specialties and things. You can score some of these. Small plumbing relocations. Oh, we need a sink over here. Okay, no problem. We'll pop that
Or
for
we
you.
need to get current on the ADA that we've been putting off for years.
That's it. Electricians out there, panel upgrades. Okay, that's a big one for anywhere and everywhere. Homes, residential, small commercials, these tenant spaces. Boom, they want to add some extra stuff. You got a tanning salon coming in. Guess what? They're going to need a panel upgrade, baby. Also, mini split install. Small, simple, easy to do, easy to manage and maintain, but it finds out if your crew knows what they're doing.
Here's the good thing about it. Here's the magic. You're not bidding against 5 big, massive, giant companies that you're like, man, we could never compete with them. You're bidding against speed and reliability. And that's where you compete with yourself. I talked to a contractor a couple of months ago who built an entire division around guaranteeing 48-hour turnarounds. He raised his rates, not lowered them. He's not like, hey, I'm going to do this cheaper. He's like, guys, I'm going to do it faster than anybody you've got. Raised his rates. Commercial customers will pay just to know that the job gets done fast and gets done right. We were talking to a guy the other day at I know his funeral, the pastor. This is what he does, lease space work. He did a lot of it out at DFW Airport because I'm like, God, I'm talking to one of the 2 big companies that we worked with.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, we could bid some of that. And they're like, no, we're not going to mess with that.
Yep.
I'm like, but I have an in. Like, it's okay.
Matter.
We don't make enough
We don't
money.
want it. Yep.
Now, these little jobs are breeding ground for recurring revenue. Do a small project well, suddenly you are maintaining every mechanical room in that building.
Or for that GC on any project that size. If you're close and it's nearby, they're like, hey, could you bid this one?
And a lot of things, when you look at this lease space work, especially, let's talk about the airport. There may be 10 different restaurants going. There may be 10 different general contractors.
Yep.
And if you get in with one and the other one see, man, this guy's getting his stuff done. They see your work. They talk to each other. Okay, you can sit down and have lunch with them. They're like, so what do you do over there? Well, I'm plumbing superintendent. Well, I see you in there working. Okay. It's a $50,000 job. I can get in here and do it too. I don't have to waste labor on it. Great ways to do it. Randy, okay, service work.
Let's hit those.
Oh, we got people in the house. I'm sorry.
We're 20 minutes in. Yeah. It's like,
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Matt McDonough, brother, what's up? Says Mr. Miyagi, a plumbing and Viking Leak whisperer, heading
to Chino.
Oh, I thought it said China. I think to say, dude, where are you going? Go LeakPro and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. When you get there, it may look like China.
That's because you know that apprentice is going to China.
I know. Got to bid that job right and fair. And dude, if you're not, I love these guys. It's like, well, I'm just going to count fixtures. I'm just going to do this. It's like, dude, you're going to get the shaft.
Yep.
Jeremy Rivard says, be faithful with the small job and build your reputations. Even if you bust the budget, better to lose 10% on a $50,000 job than a $50 million job. Boy, isn't that the truth?
That's a good perspective.
So good.
Okay, now we can shift into
now we can talk service work.
Because right now, techs across the country are misdiagnosing cold weather drafting failures like crazy. Okay, when temperatures drop hard, homes develop negative pressure. That pulls the exhaust back into the building. Suddenly,
you got problems.
Furnaces lock out. Okay, water heaters backdraft. Not good, guys. Combustion becomes unstable. CO alarms, they start to chirp. 9 out of 10 techs misdiagnose these issues as bad igniters, bad gas valves, or old equipment. The problem isn't the equipment, guys, it's the air. change your perspective, check some extra things here. Furnace intakes frost over. Chimneys can get that reverse draft from heavy winds. I felt those gusts.
Mm-hmm.
Attic temperatures drop and they pull air downward. Any clogged combustion air pathway can cause flame rollouts, guys. Simple mirror test, smoke stick test, manometer. The readings tell the truth faster than replacing the parts, guys. Check it real quick. It doesn't take but a minute to figure it out which way it's going. Ours pops off occasionally. I'm constantly checking it whenever I walk through this room all the time. Because something happens, something shifts because of the wind or everything, and that B vent just pops up a little. So readjust. Yeah, on the water heater in here.
And here's the thing, guys. Draft failures are also a great opportunity to educate the homeowners. You can upsell combustion air upgrades or sealed combustion replacements. While actually, you're making the home safer. Cold weather service work is where great technicians separate themselves from just people that come in and they're like, hey, we're just going to take this. We're going to try this. We're going to pull this part and we're going to put this in. Something's not right.
One of these 5
tell
parts,
me why it's not
right.
Yeah. And you're probably starting with the most expensive. Yeah.
It always, my mechanic always started with the cheapest, but it was always the most expensive that was actually broke. So I ended up spending a whole lot extra every time, I feel like.
Yeah.
Funny how that works.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's funny, because when I talk to these water heater companies, they're like, well, is your plumbing company the kind, do you try to automatically sell them a new water heater? It's like, no, if it's not leaking, I want to see if it can be fixed.
But if it ain't ruptured.
But then again, there's questions to ask. How old is it? How much are we going to invest in it? Is it worth investing in this, or just roll that money over into the new one? Sometimes it's worth it to buy the new one. All right. MET, materials, equipment, and tools. And today's tool highlight is something that I used to laugh at until I saw the data, and that is smart hard hats. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but man, Matt has sent us some cool ones.
Yeah.
Some cool ones, like surround sound series on it. Now, I used to have surround sound stereo on mine.
Yes, he did.
I did. I had attached like one of those wrist Walkmans or arm Walkmans that had the strap. I took the little clip for it and screwed it to my hard hat and put a nut inside and tightened it up.
Which ruins the safety factor, just so y'all know.
I could have gotten in trouble. Should have gotten
Continue.
in trouble.
Go ahead. We're going to let you finish. Yeah,
because my work spoke for itself.
That's right.
And then I'd take the wires and wrap around it. But then in the morning, I'd unwrap it twice, pull the wires up over the hard hat strap and down. And that way I could just stick those earplugs right in there. And I didn't shove them in there. They weren't these kind of day. They're noise canceling where you can't hear anybody. They just kind of sat in your ear. I could hear the music, but I could still sit here and talk to Randy and never think twice about it. I didn't have it blaring. I wasn't trying to.
Makes me think of my metas now.
Yeah, exactly. Same type deal. There's a speaker right there, but I can still talk to you.
Yeah.
These things have built-in, the new ones have built-in lighting that eliminates shadows during overhead work. That alone right there can reduce a ton of mistakes. But the real innovation is the fall detection technology. Accelerometers that detect sudden drops or impacts and automatically alert supervisors. Now, you don't want to get mad and throw your hard hat, and a superintendent sees a report and it says, hey, Randy just went down hard. And he's running up there, running over people to get there.
What?
And he gets up and you're fuming. It's like, what happened? He said, what do you mean? Did you fall down? No, my hard hat fell off. No. That wasn't a fall.
Oh, it fell off, boss.
Okay. Maybe I threw it against the wall, but no more guessing if a guy actually did hit his head. No more wondering if someone lying on the ground is conscious. The hat sends an alert immediately. Now, we've talked to companies using these in crawl spaces and mechanical rooms. Their trip and fall incidents drop because slips, trips, and falls are the biggest accidents for OSHA. But they drop because the lighting is always in your line of sight. No juggling a flashlight in one hand, tools in the other, anything at all like that. Guys, this stuff is magic, and it's here. It's working.
And I'm going to challenge all y'all. If y'all do wear hard hats and you don't have a light on it, throw one on there. Test it for a week and tell me how much more you like having it there. Matt's going to be like, oh, they're going to love it because he wears one all the time on and off the job. And I love it because it's like, dude, there's so often that you run into that dark situation. You just need some extra light. I do it during the day here in the office looking for some things sometimes.
I used to do something very simple. You know, the ones that used to have the slot right here where you could put the strap for like the helicopters, because we've done that too.
Flip on.
I would take a
Pin light.
zip tie and take a little mag light and put 2 zip ties that way it didn't move. And I could just reach up here and turn it on
that little sticky pin holders. Yeah.
And I mean, use a little like 2A mag light.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, man, once you start doing stuff like that, you're like, okay, this is great. But some of these new hard hats, the models even record impact history, which is huge for post-incident reporting and insurance. Now, guys, we do everything that we do because of something I started 8 years ago. I started doing social media. And I started doing not just social media, I started doing YouTube. I went to a conference because I wanted to learn social media. I wanted to learn it because the marketing companies have been ripping me off. And I'm like, these son of a biscuits don't know anything. Most marketing companies, 99% of them are screwing you over. So if you've got a company and you've got a website and you've got marketing, guess what? Hope you get Vaseline with that website. So I decided I want to learn social media because I can do social media myself. And I walked into a conference at the age of 54. So I think I'm going to learn Facebook. And I walked into this room about YouTube and it blew my mind. I found out YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine in the world. It's owned by the largest search engine in the world. This little thing y'all may have heard of called Google. I know, kind of surprised me. But guys, here's the thing. It doesn't take a lot of fancy equipment to start. It doesn't take a lot of followers. It doesn't take a lot of views. What it takes is getting in and doing things the right way. I have made a free webinar for you. It'll help you figure a lot of these things out and figure out if maybe YouTube might be somewhere that you need to be. Anybody watching right now can go to YouTube, search the word plumbing, and you're going to find me, the beautiful mustache of wisdom. Per Matt, not me. Would never make something like that up. I just pay him a lot to do that for me.
I've seen that painted on your wall for
I
2
know.
years now.
Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. But guys, here's the deal. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, go check it out at justmattroger.com. And if you've got a company that you want to help grow, you need a business operating system. You need coaches. You need mentors. You need trainers. You need accountability partners. Go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com.
That's it. Everybody, we'd also like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we get to build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And check out the complete kit to get the business in a box. It comes with that indoor equipment and outdoor yard service under concrete and slabs. Covers you no matter where that leak is. Check out the complete kit at our site, leak.pro. But if you don't know how to approach a leak detection call and you want to learn the full process from pulling up to finding and repairing your leak, give me a call at 8888 LeakPro. I offer a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas. You'll come spend a couple days. We'll go through line locating. I'll run you through 30 to 50 leaks on the slab itself. I've got one outside of the slab so you can get familiar with what a yard service leak sounds like. But on that slab, it's 130,000 square inches where that leak could be. By the end of the 2 days, every spot that you mark is going to be within 12 inches. We call that in the hole. If you want to learn how to do leak detection, even on sewer systems, I'll teach you how to do that out here. Give me a call at 8888 LeakPro and let's add leak detection to your plumbing business or start you a leak detection business. Either way, give me a call, guys. Let's have the conversation. You can do it.
Come build the confidence. That's what it's all about. Come in, get trained. You know how to use some of the latest tech in leak detection. And it's great. All right, MEP. Now, in renovations, electricians face a problem that almost no apprentice is prepared for, and that's mixed voltage panels, adding 120, 208, 240, 277, all those different volt levels, all inside the same cabinet. Now, old buildings did not separate circuits the way the code requires now. So you open a panel and man, you've got abandoned conductors that still carry voltage. You got breakers mismatched to the correct conductor size. You got stray voltage from nearby feeders. You got circuits mislabeled from, gosh, back when George Washington was president. Maybe not quite that long.
Just about.
But techs get caught off guard because Their meter jumps all over the place. They think it's a bad meter. No, it's a bad panel. It's a bad system. And fixing these panels is not only safer, it's one of the easiest upsells in the electrical trade. Customers love documentation, labeling, cleanup, order. Here's the thing, guys. When you tell them, look, we have to get this up to code, that makes it a necessity. And for apprentices, this is one of the best training moments there is, because mixed voltage panels teach you to slow down, verify every single conductor, and treat every renovation like a potential surprise. Because at the end of the day, it's a surprise, or you're going to get surprised.
They are,
one or the
yeah.
other.
Like, it can be dangerous. You've got to check into that and look into old building. You don't know what's there until you test it. So for you electricians, test, especially when you're in an old existing building, because you don't know what. Just like a plumber, you don't know how anything was plumbed. We'd all do it a little different. Same thing with electrical. You don't know what they put in, because it was. The rules have changed since it was done. That's it.
All right. Matt says, I love spending time with the customers. I'll teach them like an apprentice. And Matt McDonough, brother, I do the exact same thing. Says, I can never get enough lights. And I'm, yeah, we get that. Yeah. Matt says, no lube, dry, baby. We've been there.
You're from the trades, I can tell.
Everything track and field. Says, hey, Roger and Randy, Blaine here, 20 years old. Had a quick question. Been at a company for 8 months as an apprentice. Great company to work for if you have your license. But as an apprentice, they don't really teach. Well, if you're riding along with journeymans, that is your learning opportunity. But sometimes you've got to ask. For the past 3 months, they have me riding with this guy who doesn't let me do anything. I have all the passion in the world, and I want to learn everything I can about plumbing. You know, I tell you, ask him, say, is there a reason you won't let me touch this? Is there a reason you won't let me do things? And see what he says. And then, and I don't know how big the company is, maybe go to the boss and say, hey, man, look, I want to learn, but I would rather be with somebody that's going to let me do things. Did we lose live again?
Oh, yeah.
So I would just ask the boss, say, hey, man, look, I came here to learn, but I don't feel like I'm being able to learn because I can't touch anything, can't do anything. And ask them what the training program's like. Say, am I just supposed to be riding around doing nothing? Because I want to learn and grow. Talk to the man you're riding with first, or the woman. Is there a reason you won't let me touch things? I want to touch it. I want to try it. I want to learn how to do this, and see what they say. Don't just go around them from the get-go.
Yeah, most of them out there, if they know you're ready to get your hands dirty and you're anxious, they'll let you get started, and hopefully you're with the right person.
Matt says, go LeakPro and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education, making the trades great again, and everything track and field. Says, I also want to be worth something to a company when I get enough hours to get my license. So I was wondering, do y'all think I should look at working at a different company? I would talk to the journeyman you're with, the owner of the company, before you leave.
Yeah.
They may like you. They may think, man, this is just the way we want you to see everything. They may have a timeline. Well, at 9 months, you start touching. You know, you never know. Yeah. Randy, where's the work at?
Man, if you're a contractor and you're looking for some future work, listen up. 2026 is shaping up to be the biggest senior living build cycle in decades.
Well, that's scary.
We're talking about everybody retiring, right?
Yeah.
Guess what that leads to, guys? Assisted living, memory care, medical, LTF,
long-term facilities. They are freaking everywhere.
Hybrid residential care campuses. All of it is exploding, guys. These buildings are loaded with trade opportunities. It's medical, so there's med gas. Heavy plumbing demand. Aren't you happy?
I love it. And the med gas.
There's serious mechanical loads. Fire protection, specialized electrical systems, elevator upgrades. Plus, many states are offering fast track permitting for these facilities to meet the demand.
They know that they got people that need in there.
They know it's coming.
They need them built.
Developers want contractors who understand healthcare style coordination. And I've worked in some of these. It's great work. I like it because it's mini commercial is what I feel like. Get you in that first.
And see, to me, it's more like multifamily, like an apartment.
Yeah, it's close to that multifamily.
Yep.
But then you get that medical side mixed in too. So it's really unique. But if you can speak the language of infection control zones, pressure relationships, nurse call systems, hydronic stability, you'll dominate this market for the next decade, guys. This is a once in a generational wave of work because it's going to have to wait for that next boom to hit again. But this one's coming. It's coming quick. So it's a good spot to be right now, honestly, if you want to start moving into some of these.
Randy, today's the last day.
It is. It is. Last daily live.
Okay, so why are we changing things up?
We're changing things up. We've got some things we're going to start, a new channel we're going to make that's not just trades related. It's for others out there.
It's not trades related at all.
Oh. And we need a little time to prep. But it's to really, so like in trade terms, we're trying to prime our pump, guys. That's what we're working at. And to do this, we've got to free some things up. And we've been looking at a lot of things. It's like, okay, what can we do while we're not getting rid of our live? We're going to go weekly, but we are going to take a little break for the holidays and stuff to kind of catch a breath.
Kind of revamp this, changing it up. But we're also starting to build this other one. And we got a lot of things to do to get ready for it.
Yes. Tons to prepare for. And yeah, we hope everybody has a great holiday coming up because we know it's the end of the year. We all love it. Stay focused, though. Stay focused on the trade we've got ahead. We still got to get through our work days. Christmas coming quick.
And
so
you don't
if
want
you got to shop, you better
this
hurry.
time of year.
And that's it. This is the worst time for injuries on jobs because it's the holidays and you don't want anybody out. You don't want nobody to be in the hospital over Christmas. Like, come on. And then New Year's is coming too. Stay safe. Be smart with all them fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, please.
Don't shoot the bullet straight up. They come back down.
Don't shoot them up. They come down somewhere.
They come down somewhere.
All right. Instructor training. One of the biggest mistakes companies make is assuming their apprentices are improving just because they've been on the job for a year. Everything track and field, you listening? Why is that a big deal, Randy?
Assessment days destroy that illusion. Just because you've been on the job doesn't mean you're doing anything. Right. It doesn't mean you're gaining. Yeah, you're watching, you're learning, sure. But you got to track it. You give every apprentice the same task. Cut this, measure that, solder this, diagnose that. And suddenly you see who has the real skills and who's been hiding behind that senior tech.
Or what senior tech's been hiding their apprentice behind them because they're not letting them do it.
That's it. It shows what's going on. And then they get to have that conversation with Bryce, I believe it was. Hey, you weren't keeping up with it. What's going on? Well, my journeyman never lets me do anything. Plain. But when you measure performance every 60 or 90 days, you can target your training. You know who's ready for bigger work and who needs more reps. And apprentices will love it too because it's clear, it's fair, and they see the objective. They can see the progress. They can see where they stand. Okay. Skill assessments, they're not punishment, guys. They're clarity. We're figuring out where we're all at. And clarity builds better tradespeople, period. It's like what we do on our YouTube channel. Everything, we got to look at the data. The data drives it all. All this same stuff. We've got to feed.
All right. Ooh. Blaine says, I understand watching and learning visually, but I've been here for 8 months. I want to get dirty. I've discussed it with the plumber I'm riding with, and he said, I didn't know I was supposed to let you do stuff. I got to ride with another guy on a tunnel last week, and I loved it. He let me do basically everything and was very knowledgeable. That was the most fun I've had in plumbing so far at this company. Okay, I'm going to be able to read the entire letter here, so we're good. I told him, hey, I've been riding with this guy. He didn't let me do anything. He told our manager, they threw me into the rotation more. So, yeah, so you're already working on it. But this week, been with the same guy that doesn't let me do anything. So to me, it's frustrating. So tell him, say, look, I've talked to you. You're supposed to let me do things. Show me how. Let me do it and see what he says. And if he's not, then go to the boss and say, hey, look, I don't want to go out with him anymore. Say, I don't get to do anything but just sit there and watch. And I want to learn more.
Or would you please tell him that it's time for him to let me do stuff?
Yeah.
You may do that too.
But like we said, Blank, go back and talk to him. Say, dude, are you going to let me do things or not? Every other plumber lets me do stuff. They showed me their way of doing it. They're trying to teach me. You don't. And look, when he finds out you don't want to ride with him, just tell the boss, like, I'm not riding with him. You don't like that? Then I'll start looking for another job. Right. Helping handyman says, whoa, just woke up. What the what?
All late.
Man. Okay, guys, we talk about specialty and we talk about it often. And we do it for a reason. But I want you to think about this. If you're a plumber and you're not doing leak detection, and of course we recommend LeakPro. If you're not doing whole house water filtration, we recommend Halo. If you hadn't checked out leak.pro or halowater.com, guys, there's opportunity to make money that you're leaving on the table. If you're an electrician and you're not looking at the whole house of GFCIs, you're not looking at the AI panels now that me and Randy are both like, I want one of those. Okay. We're not even electricians and we want one. If you're not looking at solar, if you're not looking at wind turbines and the inverters and everything involved with that, if you're not looking at the EV car chargers, why not? Why aren't you looking at what you know is coming and coming strong? If you're an HVAC guy, why aren't you looking at indoor air quality, whole house air filtration? Specialty is something, I don't care what niche you're in. If you're a roofer, why aren't you looking at solar? You know, ridge
solar
vents.
shingles.
Yeah, and even ridge vents. They don't even ask you if you want them anymore. It's like, yeah, we're putting a ridge vent from one end to the other. Okay. Nope. It's a specialty. So let's talk about one of the fastest growing specialty markets in construction. And Randy, this is one that me and you talk about quite often.
Yes, baby, the battery energy storage systems. All you Sparkies, we're talking solar all the time. Guess what? You got to store that power. And these projects require some of the tightest coordination in the industry because they are dealing with the large DC systems, fire suppression for lithium ion, heavy HVAC loads. Those rooms get hot, depending on the size. And there's strict temperature bands. Okay. Gas venting pathways, complex controls. It's all there. These rooms, it's not a standard electrical room. Airflow matters way more. Heat matters because you can't contain it. It's all fire rated walls, all sorts of stuff. But even the firmware matters.
And these battery energy storage systems, guys, they're going to become more and more popular because we don't want just solar to get us through the day. We want to be able to store it and get through the night. Or say it's cloudy outside for a week and we're not getting a whole lot of that solar.
That's it. But once these actually go online, they require constant maintenance. Service market for this is enormous, guys.
And I bet people aren't even looking at the service end of it yet. Right now, everybody's still looking at the installation.
That's it. But if you're in HVAC, electrical, fire protection, controls, getting trained for these battery storage, it's going to put you ahead of that curve. This niche, it's only going to get bigger because guess what? More and more people want solar and they want to store more power because we do more things and we've got more technology in our homes now. We love it, but we want more. It's never enough for us. So the rooms are only going to get bigger and need more and more ventilation, adequate. And they're going to need more batteries.
And more homes are going to need them. I mean, Randy, look at you. You've got like half a garage conversion.
Yep.
I mean, you know how much of a battery storage system you can put in there?
Yep.
And I mean, it's like, okay, we got room for it.
I know. There's a house down the road. I got plenty of space out here. They have solars lined up in their yard. And I'm just like, dude, it would be so easy for me to throw solar panels behind the house and actually
Or
wire
out
me
in the
up a little
field.
battery system. That's
Don't
it.
get them
Like,
anywhere near a tree. Get them out in the field.
like,
where
yeah,
unlimited sunlight.
got plenty of spots.
Mhm.
That's where we're headed, though, guys. I'm not counting that out because guess what? I probably will have a solar out here at some point.
You know, and I'm sure that we will because we talk about it all the time. I'm surprised a solar installer hadn't reached out to us and said, hey, what do you want? We'll come put it in. You just tell us what you want and we're going to make it happen. Guys, the stuff is amazing. All right, social media. If you're in the HVAC and you're not following AC Service Tech channel, why not? Because you're missing one of the best educators in the trade. Now, Craig doesn't just tell you, he shows you. Superheat, subcooling logic, brazing technique, airflow measurement, hydronic basics, electrical diagnosis. And those are, I remember when I became an HVAC tech, the first thing they told me is 90% of our work is electrical. Because when the AC doesn't work, 90% of the time it's electrical. Now, this is the kind of channel that apprentices binge on their days off because the information's clean, thorough, and real world. A lot thorough. Guys, you got to go deep because a lot of trade schools uses videos in their curriculum now, and for good reason. A lot of trade schools use mine in plumbing, so I get this. I have apprentices come up and say, oh my God, my instructor shows your videos every night. I got instructors come up and say, I show your videos every night. You show people the right way to do it. So, guys, check out AC Service Tech.
That's it, man. This channel strives to answer HVAC questions with a step-by-step procedure. I love that. Personally, I am a step guide. I love having my steps that I check off and get done. They post HVAC videos on topics such as refrigerant charging, furnaces, heat pumps, air conditioning, electrical troubleshooting, just like you said, wiring, refrigeration cycles, superheat, subcooling, gas lines, and even more. Started this channel back in 2016, 628,000 subscribers. Pause, time out, everybody. Congratulations on 700,000. We were at 737 this morning.
Yeah.
When we looked last, yes.
700,058 subscribers on YouTube. So thank all you that are subscribers over on Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education.
That's it. I know that triggered me.
I thought about it this morning too.
We did. Over 700 at 752 videos, just over 750, which is great. Over 120 million views. Doing some great things over here. We're going to go to videos and we're going to kick off with the oldest guys. Started out cutting downspouts. Basic and simple, pretty close to duct. If you know, then you know. But step-by-step procedure for troubleshooting a blower motor for a furnace and AC. I love this. It's a small step-by-step guide, and this is how he started. This is 9 years ago. Let's go for popular here. Full installation of a mini split ductless unit. Man, you remember those small commercial jobs we were talking about earlier?
Absolutely.
There's your video.
Here's the information on how to make that money.
Electric expansion valves, EEVs, operation and testing, and actually explaining that. I love that. I got to tinker with those when I did BC, so I got to do some refrigeration lines with some actual service techs, but it was cool. Top 10 reasons why the gas pilot light goes out and it won't stay lit. Charging R410A refrigerant and air conditioner. All the little parts, tricks, tips of doing those processes. That's for teaching new guys how to do things. Some of the latest stuff. What are we doing now? Ooh, making HVAC metal duct transitions with S-lock and hand tools only. I love that because I used to, some of the cool sheet metal guys I knew, they could do that on the fly. Just give them a piece of sheet metal and they'd bend you out what the transition that you actually need.
10 snips and a pair of little benders, and that's it.
They're like, just give me a minute. Let me figure it up real quick. But yeah, I got you. Amazing to learn some of these skills. It really is. Making sheet metal end cap with hand tools. So doing some ductwork things. Love that he's going back into that cycle. Did some cleaning and stuff. So now he's going into the ductwork, the winter side of things. for seals and stuff like that because got some leaking duct somewhere. Step-by-step use of a valve core removal tool, teaching you how to use tools, every part and piece of it. Really like some of that stuff. See what we've got over here on shorts. We're going to hit popular, see what we've got. 10 methods to clean condensate drains.
Just huge.
That's good. 1.2 million views. And it is, everybody has a problem with condensate drains, guys. One way doesn't always work. It's great to have options and be able to see the different way.
And I love this too, because he's got gas furnace sequence of operations. Guys, electricity, HVAC, it has a flow path, just like water. You say, well, water comes through the meter, then it goes through the isolation valve at the house. They go right past the double check for the irrigation system. Then it goes in normally directly to the water heater. Then from there, it goes off different places. And then the lines that go through the water heater come out. Now they go different places. Then it goes out the tap into the sewer line. Now it's a whole different flow path. HVAC is the same way. 110 comes in and it splits up, and some of it goes low voltage. Some of it stays 110. You got to have the transformers in there. It's cool stuff. So I love to see the flow path stuff like this.
That's it, man. And installing surge protection in the actual unit, it looks like. That's pretty cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty, I like that. The refrigeration cycle of an air conditioner, actually explaining how the operations work, guys. So if you are a tech, if you're not a tech,
and
either way,
teaching tubing bending.
There's some good things. Yes. I love tube. One of my favorites. I got really good at that as an apprentice.
Yes.
And got to learn a lot of things at some cool places.
Not bad.
That's it, man.
And you got to do it not just with little benders. You got to have bending tables.
I had bending tables. I had hydraulic benders. I had some cool stuff. And yeah, I got to build some big stainless lines. That's cool.
We're going to roll into best practices. So let's close strong with the best practice that grows income faster than almost anything. And this is the 72-hour follow-up. Every service call, every install, 3 days later, you call the customer and you ask, are you happy? Is that a great question? Is there anything that we could have done better? Is there anything else you need help with? That one phone call, it eliminates the buyer's remorse. It prevents complaints. It boosts repeat business. It strengthens your technician's accountability because you're actually checking up on them. It will also improve your online reviews because if they say, yes, I'm happy, we'd like to send you a link for a Google review. Those are big for us. They're really big for us. It lets us keep our prices down because we don't spend as much money on marketing and advertising. It creates natural referral opportunities. It's part of what we teach inside of residentialserviceprofessionals.com, building consistent systems that turn good companies into great ones. When you follow up, your customers feel cared for. And when customers feel cared for, they come back and they might bring their friends. And you don't just follow up 72 hours later, you follow through 7 days later. 3 days later, you call to follow up. 7 days after that, you follow through. Now, twice in 10 days, you've reached out to them to say, hello, thank you, how are you? Are you happy? What can we do for you? What just happened?
Oh, I saw handyman's.
We'll get into that here.
Yep.
Almost stepped on Bailey. He didn't even move. He's like, Roger, ain't gonna step on me. Guys, if you want to learn more about it, remember this video is sponsored by Residential Service Professionals. Go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. Now, we do what we do because of what I started doing almost 8 years ago. And if you just told me 8 years ago, Roger, you'll be going live every day, you'll be making 2, 3, 4, 5 videos a week, I'd be like, there ain't no way.
Yeah.
Guys, YouTube can completely change your life. It can change the way that you're seen. It can change the people you're in front of. I talk all the time about people buy from people. Y'all have all heard the phrase, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. No. People buy from people they know, love, trust, and they're connected to. And you can get connected to them through YouTube. People feel like they're with you. They take me on walks. They take me to work out with them. They take me on a drive in the car. Sometimes they take me to work with them. And they just sit there and listen to it while they're working. Guys, you can be that person if you want to grow your business. Maybe it's just your brand in your profession. If you want to become the leader of your industry, go check out justmetroger.com. Starting a YouTube channel, growing a YouTube channel is good, but you don't have to start. You don't have to have a bunch of fancy equipment to start. You don't have to have a bunch of followers and a bunch of views to start. But you've got to start. And I truthfully think in the next few years, YouTube is going to be more important for your business than your website is. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And anybody in here right now can open up another tab, go search plumbing, and you're going to find me. What word would you like to be found for? If you want to learn more about it, go check out the free webinar at justmetroger.com.
That's it. And everybody, we'd also like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we get to build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And when I say the system, guys, I'm talking about the complete kit. It comes with both pieces of equipment that we build. You get that probe, super durable for probing in and out of the ground. It's what we like for yard service lines, that meter to the home, irrigation, anything out in the yard. If there's concrete or asphalt above it, you're going to want the sidekick that comes in that kit. It's the aluminum rod one, so it eliminates the layer of concrete or asphalt so you can hear the leak underneath. So check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. But if you're not familiar with how to do leak detection, give me a 2-day in-person training for just outside of Dallas, Texas. And I'll walk you through everything, how to locate the lines, pinpoint locate the leaks, under the slab, outside of the slab, even in sewer systems. So give me a call at 8888 LeakPro or visit the website leak.pro and give me a call there.
I don't know if it worked or not. And it did. This is our last daytime show. And I'll say that. It's the last everyday daytime
Daily.
show. Yeah. So we want to say thank y'all for that because it's been fun. We've enjoyed what we've got to do. We do it for y'all. And we do. We really get to have fun here. I'm gonna jump into the comments real quick. Matt had to run. I just saw that. So it says, all right, gentlemen, gotta go be a hero. You guys are awesome. Go LeakPro and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. Making the trades great again. Love you, bye. Brother, be safe out there. Have fun. We'll see you soon.
Good holidays.
Absolutely. Yeah, and guys, Merry Christmas to y'all.
Yeah.
We
Merry
ain't gonna
Christmas,
see y'all
Happy
before
New
then.
Year.
Alvin Handyman says, believe in yourself, brother. You can do this. Don't get discouraged. Just figure out a way to stand in it and be that guy that people can't deny is really trying to grow and learn. Well, very good. Open Handyman says, have a blessed day out there, Matt. Absolutely. It's crazy. I thought about starting a starter school for the trades. We've thought about the same thing. Everything track and field says, yes, sir. Thank you so much for the advice. Will do. Good luck.
Hope it works out.
Craig is the man. Couldn't have got my degrees without him and his teaching.
That just reassured me that I do pick good channels.
No,
Like,
exactly.
That's why I laughed earlier. 'Cause it's like, man, all right, I did good.
Amazing channel to learn from one of the best. Engineering mindset is another one. Purchase the guides and materials made for everyday techs. Love how you guys are getting amazed as well. And then your plumbing videos help me catch on to plumbing theory faster. Thank you, Roger. Like guys, we love what we get to do. Yeah, I'm that person. We all are. Let's go. All right, guys, look, thank you so much for being here. We love what we get to do. Like we've said, we're changing it up a little bit. Starting January the 14th, we're going to go live from 3 to 4:30 in the afternoons. We're going for an hour and a half, changing up the formula just a little bit and do some different things. But it's still going to be us, and it's still going to be talking to y'all. So thank y'all for everything you do. And remember, whatever you do out there today, do it safe and hit it effing hard.
F yeah, guys. Thanks. It's been a great year so far. Y'all have a wonderful holiday ahead. And we will see you back in here January 14th at 3 p.m. Central. Bye, y'all.
See y'all.